What a day it has been. Starting first session, it was Khurram Shahzad and Mir Hamza just going right through the top order of Bangladesh. We almost booked our tickets, but then it all changed coming into that second session. The amazing performance from the bowlers, the seamers in the first half, and then what a fight back it was after lunch with Mehdi and Liton Das forming that formidable partnership of 150 plus for the 7th wicket. Completely took Pakistan by surprise and went on piling runs, not just about spending time out in the centre. They started scoring runs, first avoided the follow-on, then moved on to get as close as possible to Pakistan's score. 78 for Mehdi, 138 for Liton Das, who batted superbly and showed great character, showed great determination and put Pakistan under pressure. And then came Pakistan's second innings, lost Abdullah Shafiq, lacking form, and the night watchman, Khurram Shahzad, reducing them to 9 for 2. Well, I'm Sikandar here with you, and Pakistan have a lead of 21, but there are more worries for them. They've got 8 wickets in hand, and Bangladesh will not be wrong to say that they won 2 out of 3 sessions today. This is the match summary. 274 Pakistan all out, then Bangladesh fighting it out to 262. 12 runs behind, Pakistan 9 for 2 now with a total lead of 21. All right, I need to get Athar Ali Khan into this show right here, right now, because there's lots to talk about. The character, as I said, the determination and the belief that you can come back from 26 for 6.
Well, at that stage of the game, when you mentioned that you booked your tickets, the pair...
I live next door. You're booking your ticket.
Kumar Dash and Mehdi Hasan Murad made sure that you changed your tickets.
Stayed, yeah.
So, I mean, looking at what happened today, I thought Pakistan were brilliant. 26 for 6 at one stage, Bangladesh. I mean, who would have thought that that would be a comeback, and comeback of some sorts, the way they batted together. Liton Kumar Das with Mehdi Hasan Miraj added 165 for the 7th wicket. Never before. It has happened before. Never before when a side who have lost more than 5 wickets in less than 50 runs on the board, someone or that pair to go and do that. I thought they batted beautifully. I thought they understood the fact that they took the pressure, absorbed the pressure initially, because Liton Kumar Das was a little bit more caution in terms of scoring runs. But mind you, Mehdi Hasan Miraj played his natural game of scoring runs. He started to pick up boundaries which eased the pressure, but they were always in a whole lot of pressure. But to come out of that pressure and to produce that kind of partnership, I take my hat off for them. Absolutely brilliant. Magnificent recovery for them. And really surprised a lot of fans from Pakistan because of what they did. And at the same time, must have been a frustration thing for Pakistan camp.
Yeah, indeed, it was frustrating, I'm sure. And I'll bring that to Uruj Mumtaz, who's also a part of our show. Uruj, when you have 2 quality sides, locking horns, you expect resistance, you expect determination, fight back. Yes, it was there. But it seemed like from Pakistan's point of view, when that partnership was happening, there was no plan B.
It looked like their plan A wasn't quite well knitted again. And let's not get it wrong, we're only reading the game as we see it play out. When Mehdi Hasan Miraj and Liton Das were there, Athar alluded to it quite nicely. They absorbed the pressure, but then came a time where they pushed back and applied the pressure to the opposition. 2 very different things, and one step over the other. And that was brilliant. So that partnership brewed. But to me, it's what happened after that. When Hassan came in with Liton Das, Pakistan just allowed for things to play out, just expecting that they would pick up Hassan's wicket. He ended up playing 50-odd deliveries, and he spent time, and it was almost like a waiting game. Remember, Bangladesh doesn't have anything to lose. Pakistan needs to win this game. So Pakistan needs to be proactive. They need to be calling the shots. And Liton Das was dictating that entire partnership of 70-odd runs. They played out more than 150 deliveries, and nothing different transpired. Liton Das was, like I'm saying, he was able to take the singles on, and that's what my problem was, that Pakistan now staring down a battle. They've lost 2 wickets, and don't forget a week ago, Pakistan in that innings where they came out to bat didn't quite put up the show they'd hoped for. So that'll be ringing in the back of their mind, and suddenly, like you said, the first session to Pakistan, Bangladesh has now probably got Pakistan under the pump.
Yeah, and you guys, both of you mentioned Liton Das quite a few times. Yes, what a knock that was. He's just tailor-made for that number 7. It seems that way in this format. He refuses to give up, refuses to give in, and it's a treat to watch. You would sit there and watch this on highlights once again.
He's a class act. I mean, he's such a lovely batter when he's on song, and he's been batting beautifully. He's played some cracking shots. You've seen the drives that he's driven and the sweep shot that he has played, or the pull or the hook, and complete batter. And to be able to go and get set under tremendous amount of pressure, and at the same time then converting the starts to a big one, I mean, says a lot about the character that he possesses.
When you look at this wagon wheel, especially Liton Das, he's played all around. This is after 138 that he scored. But if you actually bisect that, he scored more square of the wicket because Pakistan just went erratic with their lengths in the second session.
Yeah, they came out after lunch and they seemed to go completely the other end of the spectrum to what they did so well in that first session. And they lost their length, they lost their lines. They brought in the frontline spinner who wasn't effective at all. He bowled over 30 odd overs abroad. Even Khurram Shahzad, remember they were dented because Mohammad Ali had to go out. But I still felt it was again the similar story what they did in the first innings of that first test. They weren't quite as good with the ball. It's basically that, yes, take nothing away from Liton Das and Mehdi Hasan Miraz. Also, don't forget, both are established batters at number 7 and number 8. So they weren't just going to hand you their wicket. They weren't the tail. They've all batted on top of the order, Liton Das and Mehdi Hasan Miraz both. And that's where Pakistan, I thought, took it very casually.
Yeah, you're right about that. 165 between them. And since cricket is a team sport, Liton couldn't have done it alone. Mehdi played an important role, an integral part from 26 for 6. He stood his ground and gave company to his partner.
Yeah, he made an impact right away when he made his test debut in 2016, 19 wickets in that series against England. But he started to show how good he has become as a batter. And he's put his hand up to be recognized as a genuine all-rounder, because now he's picked up 3 consecutive 50s in the last 3 innings in test matches that he has played. Again, under pressure. I mean, look at that, what they achieved. 165 runs. Never in the history of test cricket has that happened before. But having said that, as a batter, he started to realize his potential, and he also understands the fact that when does he have to go and perform with the bat. He picked up a 5-er, don't forget that, in that first innings. And this time around, looking at dire straight conditions when Bangladesh was 6 down for 26. It's a magnificent inning. It's an absolutely beauty to watch. What has he done as a batter in these conditions?
You mentioned a while ago, Rouge, that yes, partnership was brilliant, but what poked you more probably was the partnership between Hassan and Liton Das. And it seemed like Hassan had a very clear instruction. Anything within the stumps, you play that, otherwise don't attempt anything else.
Probably send that message across Pakistan's top order at the moment. And he did quite well. Again, it wasn't about the runs. It was buying time into the game, sticking around with Liton Das while he consolidated runs, and he played out 51 deliveries. And you almost thought, when is this going to end? Because Bangladesh has the advantage of playing the waiting game. It was almost, and it was the case. Liton Das lost his wicket by an error due to his own judgment. It wasn't that Pakistan got him out. They were more than happy to give him the runs. He kept picking up boundaries at will. Even with when they started to bounce Hassan, I thought again that plan with the short ball, that's not Khurram's strength. He doesn't have the pace to get him out in that fashion. So I just thought Pakistan allowed that partnership to flourish, in a very important partnership in the end.
Yeah, and don't forget, he's got 2 wickets also just after coming back. So I think the last session actually gone to Hassan. We'll come back and talk more about it. Now, where is this test match heading? With 3 days done, 2 days to go, Pakistan have 8 wickets in hand. How many runs can they pile on, and can they pose a challenge to the visitors? Welcome back to the pitchside studio. Now, Pakistan in their second innings reduced to 9 for 2 in whatever overs they faced, 3.4 overs. And they've lost Abdullah Shafiq and the night watchman. Let's have a look at the dismisses. Now, it's that moment in time in a cricketer's career where nothing's going right. Have a look at that, Rouge, the way he's been being dismissed through the series.
Yeah, I think it just needs more clarity in his headspace. It's, yes, technique. You look at it, it's a short stride forward. He's just thrown his bat at it. It's probably a third set of stumps is where that line is. And he's gone after chasing one that again is going away from him in a name that one does come back. And Khurram Shahzad, well, he was sent out for being night watchman. He didn't last for very long. What a magnificent delivery. Just straightens enough to clip off stump. The top off. They ask the bowlers to hit top off. That's one way to do it. and quite some exemplary fashion. So Hassan Mahmood, you said it right here, Sikandar. The session overall belongs to him. Played out 51 deliveries when it mattered most. Picked up 2 crucial wickets.
69 runs partnership, also crucial for Litun Kumar Das. Really changed the mindset of Bangladesh players.
Both of you, I mean, in one line or so, just explain the concept of a night watchman, because you still end up at 9 for 2.
I don't agree with it though. I mean, because had there been maybe couple of more overs, would they have sent another one? Or would Babar have to come out?
You hardly see 2 night watchmen coming.
The idea when you see a night watchman walking in, the idea is to shield a top order batsman, a genuine batter. That's the idea that they want to send across a person who's lower down, who bats lower down the order to protect the top order.
To protect a top order batter with your tail.
That's how
with the new ball bowlers who are your best in the lineup.
Well, if just on that, if they would have sent a top order batter, have they sent Babar Azam or maybe Shan to go and bat in these the last few deliveries and get out? So perhaps maybe in that sense, they've actually protected one of the
I completely agree with the concept and understand why they do it. But I just feel like had they a few more overs, what do you do then, right? Because you're putting up not your best batter against the best bowling, because you expect the best bowlers with the new ball from the other side take and then put someone against who's probably not as accomplished with the bat.
Yeah. Well, if you look at day 3, not all went wrong for Pakistan. First session belonged to them. Khurram Shahzad was really good with that new ball. Ended up with 6 for 90, his career best. And how good was the other?
Oh, he was very good. I thought he floated the ball nicely. He had the ball to move around, especially with the new ball. And he's especially been very good against the left-handers when he's bringing the ball back in. He's picked up 3 there. And he was quite instrumental. Yes, this was the one, the important one, locked back onto him. Again, left-hander traps in front. What is important from him, the key for me, is he tries to hit the stumps all the time. And ability to bring the ball back into the left-hander has really worked in his favor.
He hits the stumps all before lunch. After that, it all changed. I don't know what was there in that lunch, but completely the whole thing overturned. I think that credit should go to the 2 batters who fought it back. I mean, who would have thought of how many times do you see a side 6 down for 20 odd runs and they come that close to a first inning score of the opposition. Now, a quick one before we wrap up the day from you guys. Of course, result is very much possible, but where or how many runs do you feel Bangladesh will be comfortable? Lesser the better. But what is the maximum range?
Well, I think we still... Now, the problem is there's certain weather looming for tomorrow and day after, which doesn't look very good in terms of rain. So we might have interrupted passages of play, which makes it slightly more challenging. Had you 2 complete days, yes, the lesser the better. But I think with Pakistan and with the Bangladeshis on top of them, anything around the 200 mark or less, Bangladesh would be very happy. However, the surface is slightly tricky and they're going to come out batting 4th. And Pakistan, I think that's probably the higher borderline Bangladesh would hope for.
Yeah, that would be my question. Say if there's no weather issue, how do you see this pitch on day 5 and Bangladesh chasing whatever total?
You see, there are two things which comes to my mind. One is that the number of runs that will be given as a target to Bangladesh. The other is, for Pakistan perspective, how many overs do you want to bowl out Bangladesh to win the test match and then square the series? It's a critical decision for the skipper and the team management. But I think Bangladesh will be happy to see what has happened so far. They picked up 2 wickets. They will be telling themselves, okay, let's come back. Don't worry about the runs. Let's see. Let's stay a little bit more disciplined, because let them work hard on the runs. The wickets will come. And let's see how this test match pans out, because you have to bat last on this surface and have to have that belief that next time around while batting, they need to put up a better show, because 26 for 6 is not going to win you matches.
All right, so 21 ahead Pakistan, and let's see where this goes. They've got 8 wickets in hand. Do join us for some action on day 4 for this test match, which is the second one, here from the Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium, and 9:10 is when our coverage starts. 9:45 is going to be the first ball. And I'll tell you, if you're anywhere else, you're missing out on something very, very important. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you in the morning, 9:10 a.m. So make sure you're here.